Hi guys, welcome to Evolve with Samantha.
Let's have a toast to Evolving with Samantha.
Yeah.
Evolve with Samantha.
Hi, ladies and gentlemen. You can tell we have a new guest in the room.
Yeah.
Who's excited? I am super excited. Thank you for subscribing. Can you subscribe? Subscribe, hit the bell button so that you hear us every time we come back. Alright guys, so today, as we've been doing, we're in our series Doing the Work. And today we have our guest who is going to introduce herself obviously, but most of you could be knowing that. So Coach Marjorie,
Yes.
welcome.
Thank you. I'm excited to be here on Evolve with Samantha.
Thank you.
Yes, I can't wait for us to dive in. So my name is Marjorie Nantambi. I am a mother of two lovely children.
You look good.
Oh, thank you, boo. I'm a wife. I am a personal growth and personal finance coach. I'm also an author of the book Bounce Back, and we run an organization for girls and women called Musichana Uganda. Yeah, so that's a brief about me.
Before we go into the undoing and the doing, let's do some icebreakers. Are you ready?
Okay, I'm ready.
All right. Icebreakers. Date nights or night outs? Are you the party girl?
I am definitely a party girl. Yeah, I love to shake it. I'm a party girl. Yeah,
Alright.
but that night, once in a while, it's cute, but mostly a night out girl.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. It's funny how it's so different. I'm a date night girl.
Oh,
Roses or money?
sweetheart, if the roses have money, then we are good. So it's
no
money.
No empty
Money,
roses.
yeah, he knows.
Vacations or shopping?
Vacation or shopping? I'll do the vacations. Yeah, vacations, because we definitely shop at the vacations, right? Yeah, you do a little shopping. So it's a little bit of both. Yeah.
All right, last one. Since you're an author, audiobooks or reading?
I am a fan of audiobooks. Yeah, I love reading, but I love listening to books because, there is a way it's very hilarious when someone is reading it out to you, and I enjoy audiobooks. Sure.
So the last one, what scripture are you currently invested in and why?
Actually, one of the scriptures that has been on my mouth quite lately is the Habakkuk 2:2. Why? Because I talk a lot about vision boards and that's like my other name. Like when they see me, they're like, oh no, vision boards. Oh, she's here to talk vision boards. Write the vision down because we have all these things we want to do. So I keep reminding myself, write it down. When I think of something, I write it down. So it's Habakkuk 2:2.
So today we are talking about finance.
Oh yeah.
So what's your favorite quote about money?
My favorite, actually I have another favorite scripture when it comes to money, and that is in Deuteronomy, where the Bible says that God gives you the power to make wealth. That is, because whenever I'm trying to do something, I'm like, God, you've already given me the power to make this wealth, so I have to go and make it. Yeah, and then a quote that I really love about money is when you have to show money where it has to go. If you don't show money where to go, it will show you where to go. Yeah, so that's one of my favorites.
Be a master to the money.
Yes, you master the money, not the money mastering you.
So, how can a girl who is out there and she wants to achieve financial freedom, how can she achieve it?
All right, so maybe just to start with the basics of finances, and when it comes to money, and to anyone that is watching this, when it comes to money, it's just three things. We complicate money. We complicate the subject of money, but it is just three things. So the first thing is you have to get the money. That's where it starts. You get the money, you keep the money, and you grow the money. Those are the three things when it comes to money. So when you say get the money, that's where most of us are. You either have a job, you either have a business, like we're always making money. And when we make the money, usually we make it to spend it. Like, YOLO, I only live once, I've made my money, let me spend it. Oh yes, but we're here for it, yeah? So when you make the money, it's important for you to keep the money. That's where we usually struggle. because someone may say, okay, yes, I want to keep the money, but how do I start? But I'm getting very little money, and you're telling me to keep the money. It's not even enough to sustain my expenses. So I usually tell people, when it comes to keeping the money, have what we call a money management plan. And that's you having maybe a simple percentage for your saving. Because if you want to get on this journey of financial freedom, you need to practice keeping the money, because that's the only way it will grow. Because if you keep making the money, maybe you're paid your salary, maybe you get money from your business and just spend it, then it will never grow. Yeah. So when you get the money, keep the money. I usually recommend 20%. And why do I recommend 20%? It's actually a story in the Bible. It's also recommended by God. 20% of the money you get, save it. Yes. It's in the Bible. Remember the story of Joseph? When God told Joseph to tell the king, yes, exactly, plenty and famine. God said, save a quarter of all the food that the people harvest, and a quarter is 20% of all the food, and that food was able to take them through the 7 years of famine. So God actually told us, save 20%. It is right there, yeah? So that is the same that I recommend, the 20, and after you've saved that 20%, have a goal for it. Because people tell me, I save money, I have a bank account and all that, but before you know it, something happens, they call you, maybe your mother is going through something, your friend has a baby shower, bridal shower, and then you tap into your savings and then spend them again. So you've not saved, you've actually just extended expenditure. Like you've just pushed the spending, but you're going to spend it anyway. And that's why I say when it comes to saving, have a goal that I'm saving this much, or I want to save this much to do this and this. And after you've saved the money, that's where we go to the growing the money. In the growing the money, that's where we invest in the different things that you can use. Mutual funds, you can invest in, you can have investment clubs. There are very many things that we can do. And usually as young people watching this, when we hear investments, we think, oh no, that's for the rich people. And what, oh my God, you don't have to complicate a thing. You can actually start saving with your 10K. I tell people 10,000 and you're an investor and you move around, I'm an investor. Yes, because that little money, when the power of money is in compounding, that it is the little money that is going to keep growing and growing. Instead of you saying, let me wait, if I get $1 million, I'll save it. When you keep saving that 10K, before you know it, that is true. So it will keep growing. So those are the basics when it comes to money. Get the money, keep the money, grow the money. And when you get that, you have mastered money. That is in simple terms. And then you asked me a story about sowing a seed in my book. And why I brought in that story, or why I shared my testimony, is because sometimes we are going through challenges. And at that point, I had just left campus. You know how you leave campus, you look around for jobs, because someone could be watching this and maybe they have struggled to find a job. You know, you apply, we want this kind of experience, or sometimes they don't reply. Actually, most of them never reply. Like I applied to places and somehow nothing was coming through. So one time I go to church and the preacher was telling us about trusting God. Of course, we've had these things over and over. Like, I've trusted God and nothing is coming through yet. But this time was like, actually, when you are trusting God, sow a seed for whatever it is that you want to achieve. So I remember I had been out of campus and I was home. I had looked for jobs. You know how you graduate, then you get back to your parents' home and you feel guilty like every single morning. You feel like, oh my God, I'm not meant to be here. I'm supposed to be doing something. And then even the depression hits. By the depression is real. In that period when you're looking for something to do, you look around and you feel like your friends' lives are like skyrocketing. People are moving, people are happy, and for you, you're just in your room wondering, oh my God, what did I do to deserve this? So I was at that point. So when we went to church, I remember I had met a friend the day before on a Saturday, and they had left me with their money. So they gave me their money to keep it for them and return it on a Monday. So when we were in church, I had it in my bag. I told God, you know what? I don't have money. You know I don't have money. But I have a friend's 50K in my bag. I'm going to sow this money. You know it's not mine.
You and so must not yours, but
I know, yes, the faith, yeah. So I told God, this is not my money, but I'm going to sow it. In return, I need a job to be able to pay this person's money and even extra. So I got that 50,000 and then I sowed it. I told God, this is for my job. So I put it in there. And while we were still in the service, I saw a phone call. You know, we don't pick phone calls in church. I don't know if you pick your phone in church. I don't, and I hope you don't. So definitely it was already on silence, but I saw it ring. I just muted it. And then after, while we were walking back home, I returned the call. Hey, hi, sorry, I missed your call. In a service, then the person on the other end was like, is this Marjorie? And I'm like, yes. Did you apply in our organization for this and this position? You know how you apply to many places and you even forget about some? That was me. Like, oh, okay, yes, I remember I applied for this. So there were 2 positions. And there was a receptionist job and then a finance, they needed a finance and operations officer. You know, being out of school and you've applied in many places and they say they want all this experience. I was like, I will not go for finance and operations. Maybe they need a lot of experience, which I don't have. So I applied to be a receptionist. But in that in the application, they told us to write a salary expectation. So being from campus, I asked around, okay, they have asked us to write salary expectation. How much should I put? And they're like, just put 500K. Yeah, just put that. So this person on the phone call was like, okay, because we've read through your application, why didn't you apply for the finance and operations? Because from what we see, you suit this position. Like, oh, I thought you needed this experience and all that. And then they asked me, if you were given this position, would you take it? I'm like, what? Yes, of course I would. And they told me because from what we see, you qualify for this position of finance and operations, and the money you asked for, we do not give it now for the receptionist, but we can give it to you on this other position. Now, it was just not even an hour after service, after sowing the seed, and just in that moment, the person asked me, okay, are you available tomorrow? Because it was a Monday. Are you available tomorrow for the interview? I'm like, yes.
Even now.
Like, even now, if you need me, I will be there. So that was me. And I was super excited. The next day I went to, for the interview, definitely I found other people there. But somehow, when we got in there for the finance and operations, we found it was a practical interview. Like we found laptops, work that we were supposed to do. And when some people saw that, they were like, like they backed out, like automatically. And for me, I was like, you know what? Whatever it is, I'm going in for it. So I went in, did that after I faced a panel of interviewers. But because I knew God was in this thing, like the confidence I put, yeah, because I knew it was not by coincidence that I was in there for a job interview that I didn't even apply for, because I'd applied for a lower position. Yeah, I'm like, you know what, God? Instant promotion. Yes. So I went in there, I spoke to them, and they're like, okay, we are going to get back to you. Just as I was going back home, they called me, you're hired. Can you start tomorrow? I'm like, what? Yes. So I always tell people, whatever you need, sow a seed for it. Sow a seed for it. And I was also reading in the book, it's called Pep Talk by Terry Sevelfoy, and she was talking about the same thing. Sow a seed for your dream or for whatever you want to do. And also, don't forget to name the seed. You know how we be in church and they bring the basket and you just pull whatever coin and throw without even looking. And you keep wondering, God is not answering. I'm always giving money, but you're not intentional. Yeah, so you need to know, okay, God, I'm giving you this money. It is for this. That is how you'll be able to notice when the blessing comes. Because sometimes you're praying maybe for a business or for a marriage or to buy something, but you're just giving money like that. So sometimes you get the money for that purpose, but because you didn't name it, you don't realize. And the money has come maybe for you to start the business, but you buy a dress because, yeah, that's what you need at that party. I know. And that's why we are here. And you talked about us unlearning and relearning things. That is one of the things that we need to take on this financial journey. Sow a seed and name your seed. Because usually people ask me, okay, but when we sow the seed and tithe, because in that instance, remember I gave 50,000 and I got a 500 job immediately. Yeah, so some people say, oh, but when we tithe, they misuse our money. That is not your job. I usually tell people, do your part. Leave God to do his part as well. You sow your seed, however they use it, it is up to them, not up to you. So sow your seed, name it, and watch God. Sometimes we speak these things and we think, oh no, it's for the other things. Even money. Yeah, if you need money, sow money. Like they say, if you need, whatever you need. So if you need clothes, sow clothes. How do you do that? Give away clothes. clothes will come to you. If you need money, so money. For example, you want beans, you go and plant your bean seeds. You don't come tomorrow morning and be like, hey, is it? Yeah, not immediately. Like, it takes time. So sow a seed and then it will eventually come through.
That's an eye-opener, actually. I'm going to sow
Thank
seeds
you.
right now. When you need something, you sow when you need clothes,
So
clothes. When you need love, sow love.
yeah, oh yes.
When you need finances, sow finances. And just like used beans, you can't sow beans and expect
and get
corn.
maize. Yeah.
Wow, indeed, your finance coach.
Oh, thank you.
So, what do you think has made most of us stuck in finances?
Yeah.
What habits what are we doing wrong?
One of the things that we are doing, and we have what we call a financial temperature. I don't know if you heard about it. You know how the temperature, like sometimes it's high, low. You know how you get money and you're excited, and before you know it, like it has disappeared in thin air. So we have what we call a thermostat, and now a thermostat comes in to help you regulate your temperature, that you don't have to be on a high and low end all the time, but you get to manage your temperature, and that is managing your money. And that's where we have to start on this journey of getting onto the financial discipline or the financial freedom, yes. So we need to learn to manage our finances, however small, because sometimes people are like, no, when I get millions, I'll do that.
Manage, yeah.
So one of the things that is very important, we need to manage our money now. I know some people may look at this and they feel it's so ancient, and we're in the .com, the millennials and Gen Zs and all those people. You need to write down your expenses. Yeah. We need to write down our expenses, and I have a financial journal that is going to help you do just that, to help you track your expenses. Because as we track the expenses, we're also tracking the income as well. And what this is going to do for you is that all the money that comes in, because sometimes we feel, I don't have money. Why? Because we're only looking at the salary that comes in. But do you know that there is a lot of money that keeps coming in, maybe from a friend, maybe from someone, like money keeps coming in. And when the moment you start monitoring all that money, you'll find that you actually have a lot of money, So the first thing, we need to manage our finances by writing them down. Write down your income, write down your expenses. And the second thing, a budget is also very important, because I can give you a very simple example. You know how you go to the supermarket, you have 50,000 in your bag, and you only want bread. Only bread. You walk into the supermarket, you've gone to buy what? Bread. Guess what happens? You get in there, because your mind knows that you have 50K. So you get in there, you get the bread. Before you know, okay, I think I need some margarine. You get that. By the way, the soda I think in the fridge is done. You pick the soda. We need some biscuits. You pick the biscuit. Actually, do I have soap? I think I don't have soap. You buy, even when you have it, you keep buying. Okay, I've bought bread. That means sugar is needed. You buy sugar. Before you know it, you have bought more than 50K, and you even start paying by mobile money. I've been a victim before. I'll not say I have been a victim as well. So that is what happens when we do not have a budget. So what I tell people, when you go into a supermarket, buy whatever has brought you and rush out like someone is chasing you out, because you're going to end up spending money that you had not planned to spend. Same thing with us ladies. When you go shopping, you know that you're here to buy one dress. And when you walk in, you know what they do? You know they have that sweet language. Oh my God, you look nice. They get you like 20 clothes to try on. And your beautiful body will definitely let you down by looking good in all the clothes. All of them. And you'll be like, oh my God, what should I take? What should I leave? That is how you start. So you say, okay, let me take them. I'll pay later. Or what happens sometimes, you pay the cash, you get the money on the mobile money, you ask, where is the nearest ATM? You go withdraw that money, and you spend way more than you had budgeted for. So it is a hard thing to do, but it is a gradual process, and it is possible. You start slowly. If you know you have that habit, you can say, okay, instead of taking the 5 clothes, because I'm working on this journey, let me take 2. I will not take maybe 1, but I'll take 2. You're getting on the habit. Then another thing is, we have to do away with temptation. Having the ATM cards, you know how you go and you're just swiping left, right, and center. If you know you have that habit, because if you want to get on the good money habits, you need to acknowledge which bad ones you have. You know that if I walk with my ATM, I will swipe it left, right, and center. So let me withdraw the cash I need, leave the card home. Leave the card home. I've seen these things happen to people in my circle. Like you go out maybe you go out and then you start swiping. Before you know it, the bill is like 1 million or 2 million. Yet you plan to just go maybe take 1 bottle or 2 or just a glass of wine, and you end up spending all this. And it is on an increase in our generation because, you know, we are used to the soft life, having fun and all that. Having fun is good. I love to have fun myself, but we need to know, okay, how can I have fun without putting a big hole in my pocket or damaging the money that I'm trying to save for something that I want to do? And that's why it brings me back to having a goal. Because if you know that my goal is to maybe buy a car, this is how much it costs, and I've so far saved this money. So you'll not be able to spend a lot doing something else because you know, no, I'm saving for this kind of thing that I want to achieve. So having a money management plan, having a budget, and then having a goal. Those are the 3 things that we can pick on.
To add on that, there is something I learned of recent. Natalie of recent said up on her chat on her Instagram. Everything is a sacrifice.
Oh yeah.
You either sacrificing, you're using that money now and sacrificing your goal, or you're sacrificing the clothes, the spending now, and you're achieving your goal. So
you choose your hustle, like you choose your hard. Like saving is hard, spending is hard. So choose your hard.
Evolve with Samantha.